Good morning, 32BJ. We meet today and join across 32BJ with a purpose. The purpose is first to provide an update regarding 32BJ's biggest fight this year, our commercial contract campaign, but also to make sure at this critical moment, when workers across the country are fighting and even striking to get what they deserve and to protect themselves from changes in the economy, that we are ready. We're here today to make sure we are in the strongest position we can be to win the contracts we deserve, to be strong with our employers, to make sure politics works for working people, for 32BJ. So welcome to all of our commercial contract campaign stewards and strike captains. We are in the fight, but we also have leaders from across our union, leaders in the residential division, the security division, airports, schools, and higher education. And that is what makes 32BJ strong, 175,000 members who have each other's backs. So today you'll hear from some of our great leaders, our Secretary Treasurer John Santos, our Assistant to the President, Roxana Rivera, and some of our incredible 32BJ activists. At this moment, right now, across the country, we're seeing big businesses and bosses coming for givebacks from their workers. We see the number of strikes exploding. But we also have seen workers across various industries standing up and fighting back for fair wages and benefits and respect on the job. And we have seen them go on strike to protect the union's basic right to exist and get what they deserve. And it's at this moment, 32BJ members are also standing up and demanding what they deserve. This year, our biggest fight is our contract negotiations for the 70,000 commercial cleaners. And we are not alone. We're part of a larger contract series and within 32BJ, where 135,000 cleaners are fighting this year for their contracts, from Los Angeles to Chicago and up and down the East Coast. But 32BJ is leading the way, as we often do, and setting the standard for the rest of the union. 32BJ contracts in Pennsylvania, Maryland, DC, and Virginia expire first, and we will continue on into Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Delaware, New Jersey, Florida, and of course, New York. And our contracts have the highest wages and benefits. So we're square in the sights of the employers who want to take away what we've achieved over the years and over the decades. We kicked off this year's commercial contract campaign in June with a week of actions across all of our districts, actions that many of you took part in during Justice for Janitors Week. And then in August, I had the pleasure of seeing so many of you as we joined 2,000 strong in Philadelphia to show up and show out for the campaign. And throughout the last several months, you've attended bargaining committee meetings, strike captain meetings, membership meetings, and taken part in activity at your buildings, all to prepare ourselves for the fight of our lives and to show the bosses that we mean it when we say fair contract now. But the employers are coming at us, and we need to be ready across the union. Employers are trying to claw back our wages and our benefits. So what are we facing in this contract negotiations? In Washington, D.C., the employers started by proposing to reduce our hours of work, which would reduce our paychecks and attack the health insurance. In Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, we saw similar efforts to claw back what we've won. Last week, we opened bargaining in what we're calling the tri-state area, New Jersey, Connecticut, Hudson Valley, and Long Island. And next month, we'll open bargaining in New York City. And then in January, we'll end the cycle in Miami. Now, I do want to pause for some good news, some important news. In Pittsburgh, one of the cities where the pandemic and remote work have wreaked the most havoc, I am proud to say that our members stood up and fought back. With unprecedented member and leader involvement, we have secured an agreement that's been ratified by our members. Pittsburgh members' readiness to strike, their power in the buildings, and their political power came together to make that happen. And then in Philadelphia this past week, we achieved a tentative agreement with some of the strongest wages we've also won, and we protected and even expanded some of our benefits. Again, this is the result of 2,000 people coming together in Philadelphia. This is the result of our leaders and members standing together and when the going got tough. So we celebrate these two victories, and we'll take that momentum into some of the largest master agreements as we go forward. But we go into those future battles with our eyes wide open. We know that the office market has changed. Every time we read a newspaper, there's another article about remote work being here to stay. There's another story about tenants laying off more workers and reducing their footprint. And there's another story about the high interest rates forcing building owners to hand back the keys to their lenders. But we also know that making ends meet is only getting harder and harder. The price of rent, transportation, food, and the price of the basics we need to take care of our families has gone up and up. So we're going to flip the script. We're going to tell your stories, the stories of all of you who keep the buildings clean, keep the buildings safe, who support your families, and who are the backbone of our communities. And we also know that 32BJ members are essential workers. You showed up before the pandemic. We know you showed up all through the pandemic, and we know you show up every day. They needed you during the pandemic, and they need you now. You work hard, harder than ever, and deserve to be respected and paid for that hard work. So while the employers try to claim that the commercial real estate industry is suffering to try to justify their attacks on our hard-earned and well-deserved wages and benefits, know that we will not allow, we will not accept any attempt by them to balance their books on our backs. So now's the time to stand up. Now's the time that we need to be heard. Now's the time to protect what we have won. Are you ready? I know you are. I know we are, because we are 32BJ. And look, while I'm talking about the commercial contract campaign today, make no mistake that this campaign is a fight for all of our divisions, for every 32BJ member. Whether you work in an apartment building, at the airport, in a school, or anywhere else, winning strong commercial contracts helps all of us, helps you and all 32BJ members, regardless of the division. Winning strong contracts makes a statement that we're ready to fight and ready to strike at the most important moments. We're ready to do what it takes to get what we've earned and what we deserve. It means we can maintain our strength and put us in a strong position when we negotiate those other contracts in our other divisions, and it keeps union wages and benefits strong for working people. This year, we're going to need all of you, all of our 32BJ divisions, to stand up with the fellow members in commercial, just like we did last year in residential, and like we'll do next year when we stand up to support our members in security and airports as they renegotiate their contracts. That's how 32BJ rolls. Now, I would like to take a moment to recognize our leaders who are moving this fight forward. We have an incredible group of elected leaders at the bargaining table, with Jaime Contreras leading the table in the Capillary District, Gabe Morgan, Daisy Cruz, and Sam Williamson leading bargaining in Pennsylvania, Roxana Rivera, District 615 in Massachusetts and Rhode Island, Kevin Brown and Anna Maria Hill in New Jersey, Rochelle Palache in Connecticut, Shirley Aldebal in Hudson Valley, Lenore Friedlander in Long Island, and Dennis Johnston will join Secretary Treasurer John Santos and myself to help lead the table here in New York City. And then Helene O'Brien will finish us up in Florida. This tremendous group of leaders has decades of experience leading negotiations and winning for 32BJ members, and I have the utmost confidence in them. Thank you to our bargaining committee members who are taking so much responsibility on their shoulders. You are the key to this process and have been strong from the beginning, but our elected leadership and committees are only as strong and ready to fight as our fellow members and leaders make them strong. That's why we're asking all of you, all of our member leaders, to be ready to take action alongside the commercial members this fall. And that's why we'll need you to support each other and keep your fellow members informed and involved. I have the utmost confidence in what we can accomplish because of all of you, our member leaders, that together with your union leaders, we will win strong contracts for the commercial members, contracts that maintain and improve our standards, contracts that recognize the value of your hard work, contracts that pay us, contracts that provide the benefits we deserve, contracts that respect 32BJ. Thank you for what you do every day. Now, I want to say one paragraph of that in Spanish. Yo tengo absoluta confianza que podemos conseguir un buen contrato gracias a todos ustedes, nuestros miembros líderes, y que junto con los líderes de la Unión conseguiremos robustos contratos para los miembros comerciales, contratos que preservan y mejoran nuestros estándares, contratos que reconocen el valor y la ardua labor que ustedes realizan, contratos que nos pagan, contratos que brindan los beneficios que nos merecemos, contratos que respeten a la 32BJ. Sí se puede. Gracias.
Hola, mi nombre es Wendy Díaz Sánchez, soy trabajadora de limpieza del distrito del área de Washington, D.C. He sido miembro de 32BJ por 10 años. Las últimas semanas hemos estado visitando los edificios donde trabajan muchos de mis compañeros demostrando solidaridad con todos los trabajadores de limpieza de la zona, porque todos juntos podemos ganar más. Venimos negociando con nuestros empleadores hace más de un mes y aún no llegamos a un acuerdo justo. Por eso esta semana hemos votado para irnos a huelga si no logramos un contrato justo antes del 15 de octubre, que es cuando se vence nuestro contrato. Merecemos un contrato que nos otorgue buenos salarios sin recorte de horas. También merecemos respeto y dignidad por el trabajo duro que realizamos en estos edificios y oficinas. Y es importante que nuestros empleadores sepan que todos los trabajadores de limpieza merecemos ser miembros de 32BJ. En mi distrito somos 9,000 limpiadores, pero juntos, con el respaldo de todos los miembros de 32BJ, somos 175,000 y todos estamos unidos. La unión hace la fuerza. Gracias. Sí se puede.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. I know we've been telling you how big this fight is for a while now, but these next few months are truly the make or break moment for the commercial contract. This contract impacts 70,000 32BJ members in our commercial division up and down the East Coast, but really, this contract affects us all. It sets the tone for all our contracts, for residential, security, airports, and all other divisions who will be negotiating next year and beyond. We know we're in a different economic reality than we were 4 years ago when we negotiated our last contracts. The economic reality is different for the employers, but especially for you and your families. We know it has been a tough last 4 years for you and for all our members. That's why 32BJ is committed to fighting to maintain our wages and benefits, to win wages that keep up with inflation and maintain and expand our benefits. In order to win what we deserve, what you deserve, what your families deserve, we are willing to do whatever it takes. That's right, brothers and sisters. We are willing to strike if we have to. Are you ready to strike? That's right, brothers and sisters. Are you ready to strike? I know that the 70,000 commercial members are ready to strike to get what they deserve. Today, brothers and sisters, we ask you all to this meeting so that we can update you on the important contract fight, but also to do what 32BJ always does, and that's to stand up with your brothers and sisters who are in the fight of their lives. I know we have shop stewards on the call. We have strike captains online as well. We need you all. We need you all to get your co-workers. We need you all 32BJ members, regardless of your workplace, regardless of your division, to be ready to stand with commercial and to be ready to strike if we need to. Are you ready to strike? That's right, brothers and sisters. I know we are, and I know 32BJ is willing to. We're fighting not only for our commercial members right now, but for all our members. We can't afford to let our standards go backwards in any of our contracts or divisions, because what happens to one happens to us all. We say it all the time, brothers and sisters. One union, one fight. One union, one fight. That's right, brothers and sisters. I can hear you. And I know we'll show them that we are one union and we are fighting one fight. And if we don't get it, brothers and sisters, what are we going to do? If we don't get it, just like Philly says, if we don't get it, we're going to shut it down. That's right, brothers and sisters. We're going to shut it down if we don't get our contracts. Thank you all. And I want to leave you with just one question. And that question is, are you ready to fight? Are you ready to fight? All right, brothers and sisters, thank you and enjoy the rest of this conference. Have a good day.
Hello, 32BJ family. My name is Tyrone Patterson. I'm a security officer in Philadelphia, and I've been a proud member of 32BJ for 10 years. I know many of you came to Philadelphia in August as thousands of 32BJ members took over the streets and rallied for a fair commercial contract. On behalf of the Philly 32BJ members, thank you for standing with us. Standing together is how commercial members will win. Standing together is how all 32 BJ members win. This year, residential, security, airport, school, and 32 BJ members from all across the divisions and states are standing with commercial. Next year, commercial will stand with security, airport, and other 32 members who will be negotiating their contract. As shop stewards and strike captains, we have a responsibility to our coworkers, and they will be looking to us to lead them in our workplaces and in our contract fights. As our president said, we already showed the bosses the strength of 32 BJ and won. Now let's show them what happens when all of 32 BJ comes together from Boston to Miami. We are 32 BJ strong. We are 175,000 members strong. We are building justice, and we are one union and one fight.
Buenos días, 32 PJ. Hoy en día estamos reunidos para apoyarnos una al otro. Ya han escuchado que estamos luchando duro para ganar nuevos contratos para nuestros miembros comerciales. Muchos de ustedes ya lo saben como delegados y capitanes de huelga en esa misma lucha. Pero el hecho es, todos ustedes son líderes de nuestra unión y esperamos que todos apoyen a los 70,000 miembros quienes están actualmente luchando para sus contratos. Los contratos que merecen los miembros de la 30 BJ son contratos que reconocen el valor de su labor y sus contribuciones a nuestras economías y a nuestras comunidades. Por eso, quiero hablar sobre la importancia de esta lucha. Se trata del futuro de nuestra unión y de nuestras familias. Lo que ganamos en estos contratos comerciales nos indicará qué podemos ganar en nuestros próximos contratos para otros miembros en otras divisiones. Si cumplimos y ganamos nuestras prioridades de ganar aumentos de salario, mantener nuestros beneficios y defender nuestras horas de trabajo, tendremos más probabilidad de luchar para las mismas prioridades en futuros contratos para otros miembros de otras divisiones. Sabemos que han sido unos años muy difíciles debido a la pandemia y aún después de la pandemia. Muchos de nosotros perdimos a seres queridos, muchos nos enfermamos y todos aún estamos viviendo con los cambios en nuestras vidas y en nuestros trabajos. Pensando más allá de la pandemia quiere decir que estamos pensando en el futuro. Nadie debe de sufrir lo que los miembros de la 32 PJ y todos los trabajadores esenciales sufrieron, pero nos hizo aún más fuerte que antes y espero que tengan orgullo de lo fuerte que son. El liderazgo de la 32 BJ tiene mucha esperanza para un futuro brillante para nuestra membresía. Un futuro en cual no solo sobrevivimos, sino también en cual podemos prosperar y nuestras familias pueden prosperar. Por eso necesitamos el apoyo de toda la unión para poder ganar mejores contratos en este momento. Porque cuando luchamos juntos, ganamos.
Hello, stewards. My name is Santiago Duarte and New York Commercial Cleaners. We support residential, we support airports, and we support security. Because when we fight together, we have more powerful. Now I'm asking you for your help. Our negotiation starts in November. Y vamos a luchar juntos. 32
BJ!